Hello everyone, welcome to another small video, and today I'm gonna be doing a little weird video. I want to talk about two different bugs that I've seen in game, and I want to know if you guys have also experienced them or it's only been me. Now, the first bug is not too game breaking. You don't need to it won't affect much of your game. But pretty much this bug of the game is whenever I will open my anima bags, but my anima, to be able to pull anima out of my bag, it will open a different menu instead of the actual menu. But I want to notice this happened to me whenever I change to my familiar gear. So I'm gonna try to recreate it right now. So go to familiar gear, go here. I usually do this on a skill stone. Go to the skill stone. Whenever I will click this, all right. So this time it didn't happen. But I'm gonna try to be trying to recreate this bug. But pretty much every time I would try to open anima bags, instead of being sent to this section, I will be sent to this menu right here to increase your XP instead of getting the actual anima bags. I will try to get a clipping of it if I can recreate it. I'm gonna keep recording every time I open my familiar bags and stuff. But that's pretty much all that the first bug is. It's not an issue. You just press X and then go back to the anima menu and it will come out. But every now and then it does sends me to the hero XP section. The other one, I've mentioned it a little bit on some of my war streams when I noticed that happening. I haven't been able to recreate it with an alternate account. Let's see. Let me try to recreate it again. Let me pull up the other account. Let me find that stone tile. Where is that stone tile? Here it is. So to send a gather. Okay, the arrow does show up. Okay, so pretty much the bug that I've seen. So before, there's been a bug that happens very rarely, or happened very rarely, where people will march through tiles, you will not be able to see the arrows of someone marching to them, and your screen will not be flashing red either. Now, after the update, I've noticed it being more times happening. The update that I'm talking about is the arrow update, which I believe you can see in functions, which is like the squad name and squad names. The map route display, which is like how hard you want to see the arrows, whether it be light, dark, or whatever. Let me show you the menu right here. It's under function right here, kingdom map route display. So when this update came out, I noticed it happening a lot more often on tiles where you don't see someone marching them, and then you start marching on the same tile. Your screen doesn't flash red and their screen doesn't flash red. And then there's also occasions that I've seen it a lot more prominent now happen when in castles you don't see the enemy arrows marching to it. Now, you will be asking, what's the issue with this? Well, the issue with this, there's three different sections that different things that I see this being a big issue with. By the way, if I can find, I'll be posting like the clippings of the recordings that I do have of this happening. It will take me a while to edit, but I'll find them. But pretty much, with this bug, it makes it harder for people to be able to play the game. Meaning, there's different issues that can come up with it. One being traps, whether it be a griffin trap or whether it be a garrison trap. You will not know that someone is marching to them or that he's recalling his troops because you cannot see the arrows going back. So you have even less of a reaction time. Well, actually, you have no reaction time in order to be able to defend yourself or recall troops during those traps. Now, that's one issue that I see with this bug happening. Another issue that I see with the bug happening is when you're rallying someone and you cannot see the arrows marching towards them. One cannot tell how many people are reinforcing the castle, or you don't even know who's reinforcing the castle until the march is already on them. And if they were to speed it up, it will only be a flash of a second, so you wouldn't know if someone was actually able to reinforce them or not. And because of this makes rallying people a little bit harder. And there's also the little baiting system that's now more usable with abusing of that bug. Okay, so I covered 2 issues. The 2 issues that I've covered so far has been you won't be able to defend yourself against traps, whether it be garrison traps or whether it be griffin traps, because you cannot see the arrows marching towards them, towards the castle. The next one is when you're rallying someone and they're getting reinforcements, you're not able to tell if they're being reinforced or who's sending reinforcements, because the arrows won't show up and you will only see the army marching to them. Just like when you see an army marching across your castle due to them being in the darkness from a different guild or something. Like, that's all you will see, and then you'll notice until it disappears, or until you click on the army, the arrows will pop up. Now, there are pretty big issues for the war aspect of the game, and also for tiles. So you don't see them on tiles. So you don't see them on tiles. That makes guild fights a lot harder. Like right now during this time, you have to keep an eye out for that, because you can march on someone else's tile. There's the issue with them being part of you being not being able to protect yourself against traps, whether it be griffin trap or reinforced trap or garrison traps, which we should be able to have some reaction time to help us on those kind of traps. And then the other issue is when they're being reinforced, it's hard to tell how many people are reinforcing because we don't see the arrows marching towards the target. There's just some things I've noticed. Of course, I'll be trying to find as many clips as I can from my streams, from my recordings of this issue happening. But I hope IGG can fix it. If you can, try getting IGG on this. I'll be posting this on their channel. I'll be sending a little message out for them, or not a message, a customer support, user support inquiry on that, and inform them about the bug, showing them this video as well. And I hope this gets fixed, because it's shown a lot of issues for me recently. I've almost marched on people's tiles, and I don't like tile hitting outside of KVK or war with the actual guild, and people don't deserve to be tile hit just because of an in-game bug. So I hope IGG can fix it. I'll catch you up in the next one. Peace.